Tonight's the night. Tonight is the night that we tell the truth. Tonight is the night that we finally get loud about what has been going on, what we've been fighting about, the things we've been posting about. Tonight is the night. We just got in a couple hours ago, honestly, and we hadn't checked the mailboxes for a couple days. We've been gone. And we had all this in the mailbox. Yep, all of this. This is great. Every single piece of mail that came today was from a lawyer or a law office or the courts. So that's awesome. And we've been sharing recently. We've been telling you guys, Kyle and I, and he's going to jump on here in a bit, but he's not used to coming live. So we're just going to come as we are. As we are. Okay. We've been on the road. We were taking care of our goats. I've been saying we're going to expose the truth. I've been telling you guys recently, we're going to come out. We're going to talk about what's been happening, what Kyle's been fighting for all these years. We're going to have conversations about this. But really, I thought it was just going to come in the form of a book months from now. And we were just going to be like, this is what we fought and so on. But now we have decided that it is for our own protection that we actually come live to you right now and we share with you what we are fighting. We share with you what they are doing. We share with you what's actually been happening. And if we don't go live now, the truth might not be out there. Like we're going to tell you everything we can tell you right now because they are trying to silence us. They have our whole lives, our whole life, our livelihood in the palm of their hands. In the palm of their hands. Like everything that we have worked for, everything we have done over the years, everything is at the palm of someone else's hands, someone else's decisions, and case after case, filing after filing, proof after proof, whatever you want to say, every single time he files, he fights, we fight, they still come around, they don't care what the law is, and they still screw us over. And listen, this is going to be different for you guys because usually I'm on here and I'm bubbly and I'm loving on you and I'm trying to share hope and awareness to you and I'm doing all the things. But tonight we are talking about my family's livelihood. We are talking about what happens when they do the inevitable, when they do and prove that they're going to do what they always do. And that is literally continue to break the law, to allow this injustice to continue to happen. And so we're coming to tell you that tonight, and I need your help. If you're on here, I need your help. If you're used to me uplifting you and loving you and sharing gospel with you and doing all the things with you, I need you to share this now. I need you to comment. I need you to react to it. I need you to do whatever you can to get this out there because this is the only way we can stop them. Do you understand? This is the only way. This is the only way I know how. I see people coming on here for less stuff, coming on here for things that just make no difference going viral. Today, we are telling the truth and we're counting on you. We're counting on you to help this go as far as it needs to. Take it to the president. Take it to wherever we need to do because at the end of the day, no one is going to follow straight through. They're not following the law. They're not doing it. Thank you guys. Thank you so much for sharing. Continue to do so. Please share. I don't do these kind of lives. You know this, right? Like I don't do these kind of lives. I don't come on here. I don't beg. I don't ask for help. I share all the positives that I can. You guys, most of you have been with me on this journey, with us on this journey. I show you the good parts, right? Some of you were like, oh, they just went to Branson. They need help now. Listen, we went to Branson on off season with a room that we got super discounted. We cooked all of our food. We literally refilled water bottles. We eat very frugally. That is how we afford to do the things that we go do, right? Okay. We went to one exhibit and that was it. Everything else was free and stuff that God built. Okay. So that is where we're at. But I'm not here tonight to.
My leg got fixed.
And yes, we went down. We got a chance to go down there because Kyle has an awesome friend that has we thought he was a chiropractor, but he's a physical therapist and
massage therapist of some sort.
And he ended up helping Kyle so much. And we were so grateful for that because someone blessed us with that. Now, meanwhile, before we went, and I'm going to tell you what's happening now. And then we're going to fill you in on what's been happening for 19 years. Okay, so I need you to share. I need you to share, as invested as you are in my life, as invested as you are in sitting here and us inspiring and encouraging each other. I need you to share this right now, because now is not a time to cuddle. Now is a time to fight back, and we need you. Okay, we need you. Prayer warriors, this is what you've been praying over. We haven't been sharing. We haven't been honest. We came home today. We had all these papers. Every single thing here is from a lawyer or a judge. Or
Courts,
the law clerk, the law clerk.
Whatever.
That's the one. Okay, everything here that we walk in to, or we get a pile of mail today, and all of it is injustice. All of it is giving us the middle finger. All of it is saying we know the law. We see
background.
You know the law, Kyle. Yeah, we can give him a background.
The background
Let's
is.
start on our house. No, you go ahead.
No,
say what you
the
want to say.
background is. Have you guys seen the movie Enemy of the State with Will Smith and Gene Hackman? You should kind of go figure that out. That's kind of the same thing I've got going on here, except not with a senator. This is with a congresswoman and the federal judiciary.
This is what his book's about, you guys.
I'm now exposing them by public record, everything that they create.
Go ahead.
To show how state and federal courts do not even follow the law. And I can take you step by step in statutory authority. I can take you step by step with procedural authority. That's, like state and federal rules of procedure. And they will not follow the law at any time. It has to do with giving what is right to a pro se litigant. Every court, every judge is a bar card holding attorney. No exceptions. Well, except justices of the peace, but they're not important anyway. I can show a conspiracy with the state and the federal judiciary in my book coming out this month.
We're going to show it.
But now I just received an order from a state judge that is legally impossible for me to do. And I've got a 14-day deadline to do it, or I can be held in contempt of court.
This is the full circle.
Which means that I can be arrested, and oh no, tragedy, Kyle kind of disappeared, because I'm exposing it.
You guys, okay,
Make sure they can see this.
Okay, right now, and I know that it's like flipped and mirrored, so you're going to have to screenshot it, and then you're going to have to flip it so you can see it, because I'm not going to read it to you. But right now, we are fighting for our house. Okay, like I want you to understand that I am a disabled adult. My husband is a disabled adult. Like, we are literally through everything. I have multiple sclerosis. I have a list of other issues. I mean, he has legal abuse syndrome in the form of, or PTSD in the form of legal abuse syndrome. This is caused by this is caused by what we're doing. We're fighting. He's been fighting for 19 years. He's been fighting the courts. Do you understand?
I think I'm an official 2 decades.
2 decades. He's been fighting this. 2 decades he's been fighting for his rights. 2 decades we've been together, and his disabled wife has been forced to be the primary breadwinner. When you guys think I'm balling, I'm on here showing up big because this is the only option we have. I'm on here living life because this is the only option we have. Every single ounce of income we've ever had come into this home, every bit of my disability, yes, disability goes into this property, and they are trying to take our property. And now, after him fighting for 2 decades against this county who continues to take away his rights, and you guys can look it up. We've sued them in federal and state in all the ways. He's the legal mind. I'm not.
Just look up Kyle Green on a state docket or a Minnesota or a federal docket, and look at how many times that I have had to be in court on appeal or certiorari or asking for a petition for review, which they never grant anyway because the Supreme Court is lazy as hell.
And if you read, you're going to see denied, dismissed, all the different things, because every time he's come with the truth, they continue to break the law. They continue to do it and abuse their powers. And this is why he ran for office a few years back, twice. He ran for office twice against judicial reform. So people would get it through their heads that they're not following the law. And now we're stuck in the center of all this corruption in our children, our lives. Everything we have worked for is going to get taken from us. When you come home to paper after filing, after motion.
I've basically been a lawyer for 20 years, but without getting a paycheck.
He has no choice. He has no choice. He can't go to work. He can't.
That.
Stephanie, we aren't even, listen, I'm going to get to the story. We are not even in default. And here's the thing. We've already testified in court. I'm not going to lie in court. I'm not going to, I know. We're fighting. We're fighting with everything we've got. We're fighting. The transcripts are available. Go read them. I'm dead serious. Go read them because I plead my case to the judge and she literally lets me say everything I needed to say in court. And I said the whole story down to that they were lying, that they put in fraudulent documents, that they admitted to telling us not to pay, that they admitted to forfeiting everything that they've done. We're going to get to that point.
State actors that admitted they've stolen $5,000 in child support. So all you people that are behind in child support, you better check the numbers because I'm willing to bet you're probably not.
There's so much.
And I've caught them, and I can't get any prosecution.
Hence the book. It needs to come out. And this isn't about promoting a book right now. This is about telling you what I've been saying. I've been telling you I'm going to come live and I'm going to speak free. I'm going to share with you what's really been happening. I've been warming you up to it because usually I'm all smiles and I'm putting prayers out and I'm loving on everyone and I'm not showing you what's happening behind the scenes as we're fighting for our lives. And so this is what I want you to understand. First of all, there's 2 decades. No, Steph, I know. I'm going to tell you. 2 decades. I have stood by my husband's side as he has fought this legal system. 2 decades as he has shown document after law, after fact, after proof, after all the different things to prove that what he's saying is literally what the law says. For 2 decades, I've watched them tell him, screw you, it doesn't even matter because he's a pro se litigant that figured out the law, that figured out how to do his own legal research. And now he's taken it and he's fought them for 20 years. He has fought them non-stop. He has fought them. We don't have bankruptcy. We don't have a loan through a bank. I'm going to explain it to you. I'm telling you now. 20 years he's been fighting. So now, November. Okay, now I need you to understand he has cost this county so much money. Probably. He has cost the state of Minnesota so much money because of what they've had to do to fight up against him. Okay? If you've been standing here for years, if you've been watching our story and you're watching now, you need to share this. This is what you've been saying. I've got your back if you need us. This is what you've been saying when you say, oh, I'm praying for you when we ask for prayers. This is what you're praying over. This is what you're praying over. So for two decades, he's fought and he's proven and he's shown and he's gone to congressman. He's gone to our congresswoman, state representative after state representative. He's written letters. He's run for office. He's done all these different things. Okay. Only for them to continue to silence us and break the law. Now, November? Yes. In November, we get a knock on our hallway door. Yep. Our hallway door. Okay. My husband goes first. I have people that stop over once in a while. I've got a lot of things I'm involved in. And once in a while people stop over. He didn't think anything of it. She said, I'm here for Crystal. I come around him. I get served with a bucket of papers, right? In my hallway door. She broke into my house. You understanding?
We sued them in state and federal court for burglary. And she happens to be the wife of a former police officer in Meeker County. Who just admitted to standing outside of our house to protect her. Why would she break into our house and need protection? We even have the security camera of her coming into the house as an exhibit in the court. And guess what's going to happen? I promise you, they're going to get thrown out of court. Okay, we've shown the evidence. So November, they come and they serve us papers. Now, a good friend of ours, we bought our house 8 years ago. We bought our house on a contract for deed. We have been great on that contract for deed. We had our very good friend. He was like a family member to us. He lived with us even after we bought the house for a little while. He had moved away. He suddenly passed on us. During the time he was alive, obviously, he had written us a paper, and I kid you not, he was quirky, you guys. He was quirky. He said, in the case I'm abducted by aliens, pay my daughters. And he literally put it in order. Immediately after we learned of his death, Kyle reached out to his daughter. We were purchasing the house from a trust. Okay? Peter died and that trust died with him.
right? Like, or so we thought, right?
Well,
Okay.
that's what the judge
That's
said.
what the judge said.
Well, she'll probably change her mind.
So now in November, no, sorry, let me backtrack. So now Peter passed away and we started to pay these people. This is during COVID. This is during my histoplasmosis diagnosis. I was told I was going to die. Some of you probably remember that. This is through me going through my MS battle. This is through my husband still not being allowed to work and fighting the lawsuit that he's been nonstop fighting. I was getting there, nonstop fighting for 20 years. He's been fighting nonstop. This is why they hate us. We've costed them too much money. Do you understand? We're doing this live to protect us, to share with you, to tell you what's going on. Okay? So now his back goes out in that time. We're struggling. We're really struggling. We're trying to figure it out. Okay? I lost all my income. I literally had to become network marketing, things people hate, right? Like I literally had to go into leadership. I love what I do. I love you guys. I love what I do. But I was forced into this position because I can't work physically and he can't work legally. Get it? Oh, wait. I mean illegally. Because they've taken all of his rights. Say more than a prayer, Erica. Say a prayer and share. Please share. Please share. So his back goes out, all the things. So we reach out to his daughters, Peter's daughters, and we said, listen, let's talk. We're thinking about selling the place because my health, his health, all the different things. We're stressed out. I'm sure a lot of you can imagine, right? So we go through this and they say at that time, they literally say to us, do not pay us. We just found out we're not even the trustees. Now we had already been paying them. We paid them $8,400. They said, don't. Thank you, Jared. Share. They said, don't pay us. Don't pay us. We're not the trustees. Then they said, oh, it's some guy out in New York, some elderly person that didn't want the house, so on and so forth. Don't pay us. We're not the trustees. You guys, this was in 2022. April of 2022. Are you hearing me? No one owns the trust at this point. They're not the trustees, but they've been acting as the trustees. They take our money. We never even ask for our money back. Okay? Then a year and a half later, so November 2024, right? Someone breaks into my house to serve me. Just me, not Kyle, not anything, to serve me. To say that
former police officer's wife.
Thank you,
who was
Welby.
standing
Please
outside,
keep sharing, Tiffany.
Also on the camera.
Thank you, Brittany. So we say, okay, we're not going to let this happen. What ends up in this paperwork is they're trying to come at me over my disability. I ended up behind in property taxes. Anybody been there? And we've gone through all this hell. Of course we fell behind in anything. So because I'm disabled, I entered into a contract with the county, with the state that said, okay, she's disabled, so she can make payments on this. I'm compliant. Okay?
And then what did they do?
They tagged it. What?
Oh, yeah, okay.
Okay, sorry.
I jumped the gun. I apologize. You did.
So then, you're fine. So then, we end up countersuing or suing. Kyle decides we're just going to sue because this doesn't make any sense. Dude, Erica, they don't have the power. That's the point. They forfeited the contract. And then for a year and a half, no one reached out to us. No one. That contract is forfeited. Okay. So now in November, and we were compliant with everything, just so we're clear. Like I have receipt upon receipt upon receipt upon proof
so what do you get served
of all the money. So we get served with this cancellation of contract. If you don't comply within this, all the legal mumbo jumbo that they just do to people.
And pay us $70,000.
Pay us, yes, $70,000. That makes no sense. Now I want to tell you.
We weren't supposed to pay them that money.
These girls, I had already talked to. I had already mutually decided. They literally, both of them told me, don't pay us. I have it in text message. In text message. Even after that, we exchanged conversation. We were friendly. One of the girls was on my Facebook up until I found out they were coming at us. Okay, so they were all here. They had free access to us. Our phone numbers haven't changed. We obviously live in the same place. I own it. Okay, so now they serve us with this. Kyle sues. We sue in state court. The judge comes back. What did she say?
She said, I don't remember the exact words, but it was that there was no proof that the trust even existed, or that after his death, or that the property is in a trust.
The judge said this.
Yep.
The judge said this, you guys. A couple days. So I go on to the tax site. I don't know why. Call it the Holy Spirit, because I don't even know why. I screenshot the tax site, you guys. A couple days later, this is the end of January. We got evicted. No, excuse me. We got served with eviction papers when she broke into was that when she broke into, no, we didn't. We didn't get served. I'm sorry.
Oh, no.
My brain is going a mile a minute.
It was for the
I end up going on a couple days later. So first I go on the tax thing and I see just my name because we had saw that the court ordered that they have no rights. So I went on to show it's my name on the taxes. It's my name on the ledger. It's my name on all this. I screenshot all of this in January. In February, no, Maggie, he's been fighting the law. He's been fighting the county for his rights for 20 years. This is a conspiracy all the way through. We're going to get there. I promise you. Okay. So now we look up because the judge comes back and the judge says, and you guys listen, I'm not going to answer questions till I get through it. Otherwise my brain's going to keep doing this. I have MS. Like, let me get through this, but keep asking your questions, please. Just bear with me. So we end up seeing, okay, the judge comes back with, they have no rights to the house. There's no proof, so on and so forth. I screenshot all that stuff in the end of January. The beginning of February, I'm telling you what, the Holy Spirit said, go look on that site. And guess what? I did go look on that site. And when I went and looked on that site, I then screenshot again because now I saw where the trust actually, the trust lawyer, right? A guy here locally fraudulently put paperwork in that canceled our contract with our taxes.
And he was directed or authorized to do that by the prosecuting attorney.
Which we find out later, hence the conspiracy. We're going to keep going, right? So now we see, okay, this lawyer fraudulently put information onto our tax things. This isn't right. So I call up the county attorney or not attorney, auditor or whatever. And I say, well, how is this happening? And she's like, well, he filed a document and so on and so forth. I said, well, I have a document from the courts stating that they don't have legal authority to my house at all. They have nothing, right? So then she says, well, they filed this. I can send you the document. That's all I can tell you. You need a court order from the judge to state otherwise. And I'm like, I literally thought we had it. So she emails this over to me. Okay. This is in February. Now in March, we have, or during that time, I happened to go on the site and see, oh my goodness, we're in eviction court in 14 days because we are being taken for eviction of a house that we own. This doesn't sound right. So now,
hold on, let's stop. Their lawyers also removed the homestead document, the homestead statutes in Minnesota that legally prohibit evictions. Like Minnesota law does not even allow us to be evicted because it's our homestead, and they literally deleted the two homestead statutes so that they could proceed with the eviction, and the courts allowed it.
Not to mention the hundreds of thousands of dollars I've paid from my disability and every ounce of money I've ever earned doing anything I've done online and the Vice, all of it has gone to this house. All of it. You guys, we don't live above our means. You understand? We don't. There's a reason that we've chosen to live a certain lifestyle, and that's what I've been showing you more and real now. More and real, especially as this is what our reality is. This is what we've been fighting for months, for years. This is what we've been fighting. Okay. This doesn't come easy for me to be like, this is the truth. This is what's happening in our life. How embarrassing is it to say, I'm facing an eviction for a house I own?
Yep.
Right? This makes no sense. A house that my children are growing up in, that I've lived in and owned for 8 years, that I purchased with hard-earned cash. I'm telling you. Hard earned, no bank loans, no nothing. I paid all from my personal income that I was forced to be the only primary breadwinner because my husband has not been allowed to work for 20 years. This is the conspiracy coming. Okay. So now we're going, okay, well, maybe this is God bringing this up to allow us out of here. It reminds me of the story of Joshua. Maybe this is what it is. He's just, making it come sooner. So now I see we're getting evicted. Okay, this is cool. So we end up in eviction court in March 3rd. During eviction court, I don't say much right away. Kyle says everything he needs to. The judge literally pushes it off to another judge. The same judge, this judge that pushed it off to the other judge, pushes it off to the judge that just said these people have no rights to our house. They have no rights to our house. They forfeited this contract. They have no rights. This is my house. This is our house, our children's home. Okay? So now we get pushed to that judge, March 10th. Okay? March 10th, and this is where the transcripts come in. So go to the website. Go look it up. Minnesota court cases. The court case is literally in this post. I'm not hiding anything. I'm plastering it. It's time they see it. Go read what I said. Go read our testament or our testimony. Sorry, I'm not versed on what it says in the law. So anyway, so we end up in eviction court. And now we're in front of them. Now, by now, we've countersued them, right? We've already sued them. Not counter, excuse me. We sued them. We paid to be heard in court. Okay. So now we're fighting two cases simultaneously. You'll see that when you go on. One where we're saying they have no rights to our property and the judge already said so. And two, where you can read the transcript where the girl literally admits that she said not to pay.
My favorite thing is to actually go back to law, because like there's a thing called the full faith and credit clause, and that is in what is it? Is it 18 USC, 28 USC? I think it's 28 USC, 1738, where courts are supposed to acknowledge the rulings of other courts, well, if they so choose to, of course, because I promise you none of that's going to happen in this case.
They don't. And this is the point, you guys. It goes back and back and back. Kyle has been fighting the law for 20 years. Okay. He has been fighting for his rights for 20 years. He has been fighting to work. He has been fighting to be able to drive. He's been fighting to be able to care for his family. He's been fighting all of these years. He hasn't argued, I don't want to pay. He's been saying, okay, but this is fair and this, what you're doing, is not. Okay? Most people don't fight back. That's why you can't believe he's been fighting the cases for 19, 20 years, because most people give up and let them go ahead and control their lives. We chose to fight back. We chose to expose truth. So now when this first came to be, we were like, okay, maybe this isn't them attacking us. But now we see that this has given them another opportunity. They just ruled on Kyle's other suit that he's dealing with after 3 months of sitting in there and not having any ruling. They just ruled on it to put another $18,000 in debt on us of something he proved in court he doesn't owe.
A fraud.
Okay, so now the only thing I can see,
and denied parental rights. They won't even acknowledge the felony parental right deprivation.
You guys, he knows more than a lawyer. I'm telling you now, he's been studying law for 19, 20 years. Like, listen, okay? But so now we're sitting here and we're looking. It doesn't matter. So they break the law.
No. Here's the best part. Because this isn't the first time I've seen a judge do this. My entire legal argument that the order, like, completely shit canned. Can I say that?
Yes.
Okay, completely shit canned. Like, nope, denied in its entirely. Is in the court's appendix that they attach. Every statute I cited that they denied is right there. So they go, nah, we're not going to deny it, but then you get the finger.
So denied.
But here's the law
that says
you just
we
denied.
shouldn't deny it.
You're that stupid.
Circle, right? We file, they break the law, we fight it. They say, oh yeah, that is law. Oh well, push them off. We fight it. We continue. It's a full circle. And now, what do they have? They've been sitting on this eviction case. Go read the transcripts. I'm telling you now, go read the transcripts, because you guys are going to go, how have they not just ruled this and decided on it already? Go read it. Go read it. Okay? The whole truth is there. It's all there, right? And so now we're looking at, she had to rule on the case she's been sitting on forever, because now this same judge, I thought she was a good person.
Hold on. Because that's just state. There's small fish to fry.
We're still in federal court.
Let's talk about federal court. What they don't know.
Go.
What you guys don't know is that the state of Minnesota has admitted that I have legal abuse syndrome because of what they've done over these 2 decades. Okay. They understand that Crystal has MS. They've acknowledged that. What you guys don't know is that we sued them for depriving me, well, depriving us of the rights under the Americans with Disabilities Act. And that's what they're trying to silence, because I went through a federal judge in Minnesota, the 8th Circuit Court of Appeals, the lazy United States Supreme Court, there's worthless as a rubber beak on a woodpecker, and our completely worthless Congresswoman, Michelle Fischbach. And every single one of them told us basically to go F ourselves. And I'm exposing it in my book. And that's why they're trying to silence me.
And he's been
because
exposing
my book
it
is
for
coming
years.
out this month. And it is called The Sodomization of the ADA. You need to check it out through Red Horse Publishing.
Good plug, babe.
My bad.
I've taught him well. You guys, listen. Our spirit's good because I know God's got us either way. But there's so much to this. So, like, layers. Maggie, no. We don't have a lawyer representing us because they represent the judge.
You don't. No.
Not all lawyers are bad, but good luck.
It's the 3%. I'm sorry. It's 97% that make the 3% look bad.
I'm telling you.
No, you don't. Lawyers are a very bad move 100% of the time.
So now we know what they always do, right? They always come back around. So yes, here's the proof. Here's the injury. Here's the proof. Here's the law. Here's the facts. You're screwed anyway. Well, now we have our court case here that we're sitting where we literally are sitting on an eviction for a house I own. Okay, this doesn't sit right with you, does it?
Randomly evict some random person.
Okay.
Would that be fair?
Yeah, Corey, we need to. Something has to give. Something. 20 years of having to be forced.
Part of the system.
20 years of having to be forced to be the primary breadwinner regardless of everything, and having to watch my husband go through the emotional stress, all of the things he's had to fight throughout this time, knowing he's freaking right, like seeing the actual evidence, watching the evidence, right? Go and be thrown in front of them. Hold on. And seeing all those things all this time.
You guys want to hear a political irony? Donald Trump and Elon Musk are saying it's time to fix the federal judiciary. And they're correct. Remember Trump's first term? Well, I can tell you that he made 234 mistakes, and every single one of them is sitting on the federal bench. Every one of them. And his political opponent at that point, Hillary Clinton. Not a fan personally, but I'm going to tell you here's a little secret. She was right about something. Something nobody even remembers. Back in the 90s, Hillary made a statement that she was the victim of a vast right-wing conspiracy, and it was headed by Republican federal judges, and she was 100% correct, and it's still going on today.
I see you guys. It does need to be heard. It does need to be heard. But what are we to do? That's why I'm on social media right now, right? That's why I'm on here, because I don't know what else to do. I don't have a savings. Do you understand? Everything I have goes into this house. I'm still on disability. Like, have you guys have you seen like the sales industry recently? Like, I don't even care what anyone's opinion is on this. I make good money, more than the average person when it comes to network marketing, but I'm not balling out of control. Like, everything we do is frugal. The average person spends like $6,000 for a family of 4 to go to Branson. I just saw these statistics. Okay. And that's for 3 days. We didn't even spend like $700. Okay. Because like, we are that frugal, like what you think you see. I mean, like, I'm very blessed. I'm very blessed and I'm very happy. But the reality is I have no savings. I have nothing. Everything I have goes into this home, and they're going to take it. Not when or if, not if they evict us, not if. You have to understand this is an opportune time to get us out of here. You don't know how much money we've costed this county. You don't understand who sits on an eviction case. Go read the transcripts. Who sits after hearing that testimony, after hearing the facts, after hearing these people admit on stand, after watching an attorney attack my disability? It's all in the transcripts. Who sits there and says, I'll sit and take it into consideration? And in the midst of it, adds $18,000 of wrongful debt to the family, sits on an eviction hearing and tells us we're not going to be heard for 1 to 2 years in this other case where we can prove, through those transcripts especially, that these people are lying and frauding the system. And worse off when I call the system now because my name is entirely off my taxes. Gone. Entirely gone, you guys. Do you know what that does to someone? Do you know what that does to people who have fought their entire lives for what we have? We only have this.
Those who know me knows what that means.
So now I go on and I see I'm entirely taken off and I call up and I say, what is going on, you guys? There's no paperwork. There's nothing showing. The lady literally says, we've been in contact with our attorney. And I said, who's that? She said, the county attorney. Meeker County's county attorney. We've been in contact with our county attorney and she's advised us that we're doing everything in our legal realm. So if that's the case, your procedure is to just accept any paper that states that, oh, this contract's canceled and give someone's house away? That's your policy?
Without a court order.
Without a court order.
Why?
So in order to put my name back on it.
Because there's 2 cases, 22 CV 291, District of Minnesota. Go look it up. 23 2345 8th Circuit Court of Appeals. Go look it up. Look on the docket. See if you can see anything on that docket that has to do with Kyle Green and what he filed.
We have the papers.
Then go look. I don't have the Supreme Court certiorari denial. But go read the argument. And anybody, according to the CDC website, there are 61 million disabled people in America. And these court cases show that all 61 million of them have no rights under the Americans with Disabilities Act. And if you call Congressman Michelle Fischbach, they'll gladly tell you it's not part of her purview.
These are the summons. These are the summons.
No, these ones we have to file to them.
Yeah, hold on. These are the summons. And this is the summons to the county attorney we're also suing because it is clear that this county is out to get us. Like, I know I just said those words, right? We have proof. We have documented evidence. Years of it. Years of it. So why won't they steal my house, you guys? So now when she comes back with evicted stamp, it doesn't matter what the proof is. It doesn't matter what the transcripts say. And they brush it under like they do. You already said they're corrupt. So when this happens, I have nothing to fall back on. That's really scary. That's really scary. Everything we have done is here. Is here. This has to get out there. I need you to share. I need your help. This is what social media is. This is what social media is. This is it. This is what prayer warriors do. This is when a community comes together. I know this is frantic. I know this is like, what are they even saying? That's why we're trying to tell you, go read it. You want to see other stuff? We'll send it to you. We'll take pictures of years and years and years of different documents going in and telling them this is wrong. This is wrong. So now we have them in federal court. We've sued their lawyers and we're fighting it.
Guess who the judge is in our federal case? You're going to love this one. That one.
The same judge that ruled that Americans with Disabilities Act.
The 11th Amendment trumps the Americans with Disabilities Act, but not according to 42 United States Code 12202. No, it does not. It specifically says the opposite. And what is a statute from Congress? Who enacts that? The United States Code, who enacts that? Congress does, right? Like Michelle Fischbach, the one who makes the rules.
Who won't do anything in her purview.
Because it's not part of her purview to deal with the judges. That's why anybody who's disabled, go fly a kite. The courts aren't going to help you.
We're sitting here fighting for our lives. Literally. Literally. If we don't fight, there's nothing else to do. Like, if we don't fight back, we just let them abuse us. We just end up on the streets. We just end up what is it? The state just came after him for $50,000. And the judge is doing us a favor by saying, oh, he only owes 18. That's not a favor when it's all fraud. That's not a favor. That's you brushing it under the rug.
When you catch a former assistant county attorney, and a social worker stealing $4,900 And then it miraculously, after I lose the appeal in 2016, it miraculously shows up in 2024.
Guys, they never even deny it.
And they don't
They
even
don't even deny their lies.
Openly state it.
We have watched bribery in the courts. We have watched Kyle literally.
I've seen an attorney go right up to a judge and hand him an envelope.
I witnessed it too.
And say, I'm sorry, that's evidence. If you'd like a copy of it, you can get it from my law firm.
We have watched the give away the big part. We've watched the judges not even file the paperwork that they claim to file. Kyle's proven it. He's proven it. He's proven it. Do you understand? We've proven it. So why wouldn't they come at us?
Because I have a big secret about the judiciary. I can tell you how they all work and what they do illegal by the rules of procedure and by statutory authority. I've got 20 years of experience, and I have developed a system that is so foolproof. The only way you can prove me wrong is if the courts do what they're supposed to do. I don't worry about that.
They're not gonna. They're not gonna. I had hopes for a little while until we just got this order. Like when we came in and like, this is like, you guys, this is in our mailbox after being
for a long time. I have had a theory that there were entities in the local government that wanted this judge removed from, not as a judge, like get her off the job. Okay. And I haven't been able to prove it. Things just haven't added up. Well, I figured out why. Because my theory was actually wrong. She's really good at hiding it. Really good. She's
the ringleader. There's no other option. Like, you see, like, there's no other option. Maggie, Kyle has been in a legal battle to actually see his child for years. And they were wrongfully taking, what was it, over 200%?
It's in a different federal case. Because this is the third time I lost count how many times I've been in federal court and state court trying to, fight for my rights. But it was 7 or 8 times the Minnesota legal amount
for child support. He was working 2 full-time jobs, bringing home $40 bi-weekly.
It was 68.
Sorry, $68 bi-weekly. I would say 40. That's maybe he went and spent a couple. I'm just kidding.
No, it was $68 every other week.
Does that make sense? It doesn't.
That's
right?
combined.
And he would be paid $68 every 2 weeks. 2 jobs. 2 jobs he was working. They were taking from both, which is wrong. They're not supposed to. Then at one point they upped it based on my disability. And at one point they added $20,000 randomly if they wanted to. And at one point,
it's 21 something.
They just randomly took $4,500 from us. And at one point they gave him his license back and he paid all the fees and he did everything. And we went for a nice fun drive and we got pulled over. And guess what? His license was gone. The reason for his license gone, blank statement, because they don't need a freaking statement anymore. They don't need a reason. They just take it.
I actually have a case that was out of Candy, Ohio by another corrupt POS. And I was found guilty for driving without a license. But if you look at Exhibit 3 of that case,
it's his driver's license.
It's my driver's license.
It's his license.
But the judge stated that she didn't want to show the jury because they might get confused.
Yeah. Why? Because you might show them the truth.
Yep.
The truth. Listen, this has been quiet. This is why it sounds crazy, because it's been us being quiet and just fighting all this time while people were like, it can't possibly be that bad. And you guys seem so happy.
You guys would like to
you can be happy and oppressed at the same time.
How much I actually have to read law?
Here, I'll just turn it.
Oh.
This is some of it.
You see these? These are law books. Like federal reporters that I have to read. Because that's what I do for a living, is sit in my house and I do legal research and I fight for rights and get trampled on.
Because he can't work a job. Listen, he was able to, because of COVID and all that stuff, he was able to be my PCA. I need a PCA. But what I need is someone that can be here with me randomly when I need it, because it's not like I need someone to come help me do showers. I need someone for the support side of it, right? So finally we were like, oh my goodness, this is the answer to our prayers. He can work as my PCA because he was already a PCA before they made him stop working by taking his license away, and his blind disabled wife, me, I have no peripheral vision, cannot drive. Okay. So now he can't get to work. And P.S., by the way, when he was working, he was paying support. So all the things that they continue to add and the things that they claim he doesn't do, he's done. And that's why we fought it. And so this live is going to go too long if I share all of that, but I promise you it's coming. It's coming. You want to learn how to do it?
Well, they'll silence me first.
No, that's why we're coming live, to protect us. No joke. This is scary shit. This is scary. Now God's got us, but it's still scary. Okay, we need the support. I'm sorry, I'm getting worked up. All I know is we've been quiet for too long, and the fact that we've been quiet is why they continue to mess with us. And now that they've got the opportune time to take us off our property, they've already started, you understand? They let them file fraudulent documents. The county attorney allowed them, and by suggestion, hey, P.S., Kyle had already sent her a letter, we have proof of it, where he said, ma'am, we need you to investigate this because this lawyer is breaking the law.
I'm not entitled to an investigation.
But she's entitled to say, no, go ahead and screw them over some more. Go ahead and file that paper, because it's all a circle. You understand? It's all a conspiracy. We prove it now. We prove it. We've been sitting here, people have been wondering, oh, well, what are they really doing over there? Or it can't be that bad. Oh, it's impossible for them to break the law for 20 years. No, it's not. Because we're only of that few percent that actually fight back, and most people never fight back. Never. You just allow them to keep screwing you over in the system. We fight back. Okay? I got off welfare. Then they threatened to take medical. So I stopped taking certain things so I didn't have to have medical. I stopped accepting their help while they continued to oppress us and found ways to make it work, but that doesn't mean it's not hard. We don't have a savings. Every ounce of our money goes strategically back into our bills, the taxes we've been paying on this house, that's mine, okay? And are feeding our children, and a couple fun things here and there. As frugally as possible. I'll show you receipts. I don't care. I am all about transparency. Transparency. My tongue is like. We're stressed out. Like we don't know what to do. This is it. Share it. Because we literally don't know what else to do. Except for expose them. Show you. Go to the case.
Courts don't work. Congress sure as hell don't work. Who's next? Executive branch? Well, on the state side, guess who that'd be? That county attorney that said, go ahead and just take their property. That's the executive branch.
She's getting sued. Would you think that someone that's invested 20 years of his life, you guys, we just wanted it to end. We just wanted them to say, okay, no more trying to take his money, give him his license back, give him his freedom back, give his wife a freaking break, and let's stop screwing this guy over after 20 years of doing it. No, instead they said, here's $18,000 in debt. We're not going to stop screwing you over. And now we have your house in our palm of our hands that we can rip from you, as we've already started to let them. The proof is already out there. The proof is in the transcripts. The proof is in our receipts. The proof is in what we've already told the courts, and they continue to allow this shit to happen. So it's very real. It's very real. And we are believers, and that's why we're being attacked. The enemy's not going to not come for us. We've been standing our ground. We've been fighting back. We've been exposing truth. We've been fighting for people who would never even stand up in a room to fight for us, to give you your freedom, because this shit really is happening. It's really happening. And now, amongst all of that, you guys, and we're fighting back. If you can't see that, that's why they want to keep us quiet. If you can't see that. Everything, down to our books, down to our publishing, and by the way, we're just getting started there. We're not billionaires. I put a couple books out, and It is what it is. It's blessed, but it's not going to keep us out off the streets. It's keeping food in our mouths. You see what I'm saying? Electricity over our heads in a house that I've spent hundreds of thousands of dollars for that they're trying to take. Why? To silence us, to oppress us, to keep us down. Whatever it is, they're still doing it. And it's true. And now we have it in documented form. We have the proof. You can read that transcript and get a gist of everything Kyle and I have been fighting for 20 years. Everything. I sat outside and I prayed as I read that. I literally gave praise to God because everything I've been wanting to say is in that transcript. Everything he's been fighting for. Do you know what it's like to watch your husband fight? Sorry, this is vulnerable a little bit. To watch him fight, to have to study, to lose parts of himself because he can't do the shit he wants to do as a husband, as a father, as a man. None of you know what it's like to be Kyle Green. None of you. I know what it's like to watch him. It's hard. And now, not only are they coming for him, they're coming for all of us. This is my children's home. What else do we have except for to share here? What else do we have? We're going to fight to the end. Regardless, we need your prayer. More of anything, above anything. Even if you help financially, above anything, we need your prayer. God did not bring us this far. He did not bring us as far as we are to struggle. Not to be defeated. We will not go down silently. This live is our safety net. This live is us coming to tell you this shit is happening. And if the worst happens, you know who did it. I told you this is different than my other lives. This is different than my other content where I spend time loving you and lifting you up. I do that because I'm called to do that, but he has called us for a bigger fight, and that is to not be quiet about this. That man, he doesn't have 20 years of knowledge, of blood, sweat, and tears into his brain, of law, of statutes, of all these different things to be quiet. To deal with these idiots who call and harass me every other day. Oh, it's policy there's no policy. They're calling to harass me because what they're doing is being allowed. So when they take my house and they throw it on this fake law and that fake BS, what do I have left? That's where we're at. That's why we're sharing the truth. So I need you to share the GoFundMe. I need you to share the video. I need you to comment. I need you to do all the things that social media was created to do because this is why this page is here. I've asked him for years, what's the purpose? What's the purpose of giving me a following? What's the purpose? Well, now I know. The purpose is all of you could literally donate 50 cents and take us to a point where we would have a safety net. The difference is I have lifted you up and now I need you. That's the difference. We're fighting. I need your help too. That's what I got for tonight. I can't do anymore. I need to breathe. Ask your questions. We'll come back. We'll answer in the comments. Get this to the people who need to hear it.